Satnam and welcome. So I wanted to have a much needed follow-up to the first video I posted a couple of years ago about obstructive sleep apnea, which I discovered it was something that I suffered from. And over the course of time, I guess the last couple of years since discovering I had sleep apnea, I discovered that vitamin D was a problem that could contribute to obstructive sleep apnea. So what I have specifically is obstructive sleep apnea. What I'm sharing, of course, is not medical advice. It's my own personal experience. But I hope that if I share my personal experience, maybe it'll be beneficial to others out there that are looking for a natural way to remedy this situation. So what I discovered over the course of the last 2 years is that sleeping on my stomach has been extremely beneficial. And the challenge with sleeping on the stomach is that during the course of the evening, a lot of the times you want to flip over, and that does happen. So if I do end up on my back, yes, that can affect my quality of sleep. I will have an apnea episode. What's the term? That's called hypoxia, I guess, from not breathing enough, and that will contribute to headaches and things of that nature. However, what I've noticed is that if I can consistently sleep on my stomach, the quality of sleep is cumulative. So the more you sleep consistently, the less detrimental the effects are if you end up on your back. At least that's from my experience. And I still take my vitamins. I also discovered Dr. Berg, B-E-R-G, Dr. Berg, and he attributes the sleep apnea to a problem with vitamin deficiency. Now, one of the things that I noticed in around 2016 is I was eating a lot of sugars, high carb diet. I had in the mornings, I was eating smoothies sweetened with either dates or figs. Perhaps I was having pancakes with honey, sweetened with honey or maple syrup. In the evenings, I'd have some yogurt with maple syrup or honey. So I had a high carb diet, and of course the sugar spikes the insulin, spikes the carb intake, and that depletes your vitamin B. Now, vitamin B1. Now, vitamin B1 apparently is responsible for the nerves that control this windpipe or keep this area, the nerves of the windpipe, active. So if you're constantly bringing in a lot of sugar into your diet, then that's depleting your B1 levels. That's what Dr. Berg said. So I ended up buying this product, NACA Pro. Now I like NACA. It's great bioavailability. And so I've been taking those. This is a particular blend, has ashwagandha, ginseng. So far, no problems with that. I also combine that with vitamin D3 and K2. I found a vegan formula. There are regular formulas available. I tend to go with the vegan if available, simply because I'm a vegetarian. I do still enjoy some cheese and yogurt, but I stopped with the milk consumption. And so I found a vegan formula for vitamin D3, K2. And in Canada, we only get 1,000 IUs, but I've sometimes taken up to 5 in a day and haven't had any problems with that. However, I noticed when I first started taking vitamin D that it was important to take magnesium, because as your body consumes the vitamin D or processes the vitamin D from the vitamin pill, it consumes your magnesium, so it'll deplete your magnesium. So it's important to supplement magnesium. And again, I went with NACA Pro. I don't know if you can read that on your side, but because it looks like it's backwards from what I'm seeing here. Either way, this is magnesium biglycinate, and it's 200 milligrams. Has superior absorption, and that has been ideal in helping me process vitamin D3, K2. I also, sometimes you may get leg twitches at night, things of that nature. Taking magnesium will benefit with that. I had a family member who was suffering from cramps before going to bed. They took some magnesium, and those cramps went away. So that's based on Dr. Berg. Now, Dr. Berg again mentioned that vitamin B1, if it's deficient, it'll lead to sleep apnea problems. Vitamins aside, if I'm not taking any vitamins, sleeping on my stomach has been the best remedy, hands down. So, the other thing, Brahmacharya, this is a term used in spiritual development, yoga, and it's the path one takes towards the discovery of oneself. Part of that is semen retention for males. And I've noticed I've been retaining actually now for about over 130 days. What's interesting is around maybe at the 30-day mark, 40-day mark, I noticed that the quality of my sleep also improved as well. It's like if I sleep, I wake up feeling refreshed. There's no lethargy, there's no lag, there's no grogginess. So I don't necessarily need as much sleep. So I need less sleep, but the quality of sleep has improved dramatically. And that's simply just from retaining semen. So that's very beneficial. And as males, as we get older, our testosterone levels tend to start to decrease and estrogen levels start to increase. So one of the things that I have also been taking is stinging nettle root. This is a stinging nettle root extract. It's an organic formula. And that helps block estrogen. So it's an estrogen blocker. So very beneficial for maintaining testosterone levels, keeping testosterone levels up high. Yeah, stinging nettle root. That's a good one as well. Semen retention. Taking your vitamin B and vitamin D3 and K2. If you decide to go the route of taking vitamins. But above and beyond everything that I've noticed with the obstructive version of sleep apnea, there's another one. I'm not talking about that. I'm only talking about obstructive because that's the one that affects me. And that is to sleep on my stomach. Sometimes people feel challenged. I know I came across an article. If I can find it, I'll post it in the description. But this particular doctor was saying that 9 out of 10 doctors will tell you to sleep on your back. She was the 1 out of 10 that said sleep on your stomach. Babies sleep on their stomachs. So she was recommending that you sleep on your stomach. For whatever reason, that spoke to me. And I was in a real bad predicament when I was suffering from the hypoxia effects. And I literally was afraid to go to sleep at certain points. For whatever reason, one night I just slept, but I put my face down on my mattress. And I noticed that I actually woke up and I had actually felt that I had slept. So I continued to sleep on my stomach, and I noticed that I was having far less episodes of hypoxia or far less apnea episodes. The challenge being, of course, is that there are the odd times where I would roll onto my back, and then I would suffer the experiences of sleep apnea. But sleeping on the stomach has been extremely beneficial. Semen retention has enhanced the experience simply by allowing me to have very refreshing sleep. So I don't have to sleep as long. And when I wake up, I don't feel any grogginess or any lag or any lethargy. Now, I know I'm repeating myself, but sometimes repetition is good. One of the things we practice in yoga is japa. Japa is to repeat. And that way the message gets conveyed. I'm just looking at the vitamins here. Oh yeah, zinc. Zinc is also a very powerful one. I find very beneficial. It's also good for the production of semen and sperm, I think, from what I've been told, from what I've read. So these are some of the tools that we can use in order to help remedy the detrimental effects of sleep apnea. Someone had commented on the first video that I posted. And then again, I'm just sharing my personal experience. You're welcome to do what works for you. I personally do not want to have a CPAP machine attached to my face. Some people, that's the route to go. Some people are very are suffering from obesity, they're overweight, and that's one of the causes that's impacting them with their nightly sleep. I would recommend getting on a diet. Again, Dr. Berg is great for that. He talks a lot about intermittent fasting. So, and I've practiced this as well. I don't necessarily practice it religiously, but there are times where I'll do my best to eat before 6 p.m. and then not eat anything until noon, and also do a little workout in the morning. So that helps burn a lot of fat and helps lose body weight or body fat. So Dr. Berg is definitely onto something when if you're looking to lose weight and you do it in a healthy way. He recommends the keto diet as well. So lowering your carbs, increasing fiber in the way of leafy green vegetables and protein. So Dr. Berg, of course, is an omnivore or a carnivore. So he recommends complementing leafy green vegetables with protein and fat. So high fat, like avocado, is great because it's got a lot of protein, but also a lot of fat. Nuts are great. If you're looking for the vegan route, that's the way I go. If you're a vegetarian, yogurt. I go for the Greek version. So that has a high protein content, but it also has high fat, but very little sugars, so very little carb. And the idea is if you kick up your carb, you increase your blood sugar, and then you create the body responds with insulin. So it creates insulin resistance, and then insulin resistance prevents you from absorbing nutrients. So that's one of the other benefits of the stinging nettle root. It is it's good for insulin resistance. So it'll actually help with your insulin levels from spiking. It'll keep them from spiking, and that way you'll still maintain good blood sugar levels, but also absorb nutrients from your foods. Stinging nettle root. It's like the wonder or the miracle vegetable or miracle root that's available to us at health food stores. Megafood, the formula for skin, nail, and hair, version 2. This has 250 milligrams of stinging nettle root in it. So that's a good one to consume as well if ever you decide to take a supplement that has stinging nettle root in it. Especially now that, I'm 51 years of age, and as we age, we get to this time in our lives as males. Again, the tendency of the body is that the testosterone level is lower and the estrogen levels increase. And so stinging nettle root is a great way to keep balance, keep the testosterone levels high. Of course, exercise helps. Squats, push-ups, things of that nature. So maintaining good muscle mass, that'll keep your testosterone levels up. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. It's a short and sweet message. We're at almost at the 15-minute mark. Again, just to recap, stomach sleeping. I think there are belts you can buy that you can put around your waist. I don't use one, but it'll prevent you from rolling onto your back. I do my best to stay on my stomach. I sleep on the edge of the bed so that, if I do roll over, I would fall off. So I somehow maintain my position on my stomach. There are times when I will roll onto my back. And again, if I can catch it before it's too detrimental, usually I'll be able to sleep it off by going back onto my stomach. And hopefully there's another, hour left before it's time to wake up. But definitely sleeping on the stomach is the great equalizer, and the effects are cumulative. So as you're sleeping on your stomach consistently, your quality of sleep improves, and the effects of sleeping on your back are having an apnea episode that creates hypoxia, a heightened carbon dioxide in the body. The effects are dramatically diminished. So I rarely suffer from severe headaches throughout the day, things of that nature. And from sleeping on my stomach, I'm alert throughout the day. So I don't need to have power naps, which is great. If I have to drive a certain distance, I don't have to stop and have a power nap at a gas station or anything like that. I feel alert and awake and ready to go throughout the entire day. So hope that helps. Please feel free to ask any questions. And Satnam. Oh, and hi, whoever you may be. Thanks for the thumbs up. I'll just say a little thank you. Again, if you have any questions, by all means, send me a comment or send me an email. Thanks. Take care. Bye.